Can you believe it's already time to start talking about September? I would like to give a special shout out to my new top tier wizard master patron, Aaron Cravey. Thank you so much. Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and as always guys, I am Andrew, and today I've got my September MBR here for you. But before we get into that, make sure you're liking and subscribing, hitting that bell notification so you can get regular updates when I put out new content. Also, make sure you're checking that description box down below for the link to the Wizardly Duo Discord, as well as links to all my social media, including information about my Patreon, where I do quarterly giveaways, early access to my videos, and exclusive buddy reads. That said, guys, I have got a hefty MBR here for you. It's been an interesting couple of months where I've been reading quite a bit. That said, guys, let's just jump right on in to this MBR. It has been a wild couple of months, and I guess we should just get started with the patron stuff. And essentially, one of my patrons, my mid to top tier patrons, gets to choose a book for me to read. And you saw me already waving it around. We've got the Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This is all 5 of the initial books. And this month, it is Life, the Universe, and Everything. The Restaurant at the End of the Universe, I read a couple months ago. It was very interesting. I'm excited to get more into this because, frankly, I've been meaning to read Hitchhiker's Guide for years. And so it's nice to finally be getting some traction in this series so that I can get this very beautiful copy that I got from Drew's Book Reviews read and finished. So we're going to be starting with the 3rd Hitchhiker's book. Then continuing with the read-along that is going on over at the Library of Alexandria, we have got Guns of the Empire. This is the 4th Shadow Campaigns book. These continue to be very good, but not my favorite reads. So I am excited because there's only one more after this, and then the series is concluded, and I can finally mark it off of the old list. And then my patrons voted, and the runaway winner was Bernard Cornwell's The Winter King. This is an Arthurian tale retelling. Basically, they all get to collectively vote, and I will read whatever book gets voted for, and then they can choose to join me or not. Now, this first came to my attention, I believe, from Alan and Sarah and Mike from Mike's Book Reviews. Everybody that I know, I think Jimmy from Jimmy Nuts has read this one as well. Everybody I know who's tried this series has absolutely loved it. And so I figured if I'm going to start with Bernard Cornwell, I'm going to start with an absolute banger in The Winter King. So I'm very, very excited to read that. Now, it's been a while since I read a Discworld book. I had a small breakup with this Discworld. I kind of said, hey, you go stand in the corner and think about what you've done after I read Witchers Abroad. I did not like that book at all, and I have been on hiatus with Discworld ever since. Well, it's time to come back with Lords and Ladies. I'm very excited to read this one. I've heard that this is a return to form for the Witches books, and that it is very good. So my expectations are pretty high that I am going to love this. I have missed Discworld, and frankly, I would very much like to be able to be like, okay, bring it in, let's hug, we'll make up, they're there, we're on speaking terms again. This is one that I heard about many, many months ago, and so then I picked up the physical copies. I think I hauled these like 4 months ago, and it's just been kind of sitting on the shelf, not knowing when I was going to get to it. And this is Robert V.S. Riddick's Master of Assassins. This has got a blurb from Patrick Rothfuss on the cover. It's got a blurb from Mark Lawrence on the back. And this is, from what I understand, now, of course, assassin fantasy is in the name, but it's also like Middle Eastern style of fantasy, which, again, I love non-standard European fantasy. When those pull it off, it just feels so fresh and so new and something different other than just knights and ha-ha and shields and swords. I like something a little different. And so I'm hoping that that is what this is. All right, and then continuing on with the Wheel of Time, we have come to Crown of Swords. And I believe this is the last book before the slog. And guys, the more I look at this copy of my book, the more I keep thinking about getting those aftermarket dust jackets. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Because my copy is the dust jacket is starting to show a little bit of wear and tear. But I remember liking this book, and then of course, we then hit the slog, and I'm going to be a little less happy with what's going on with the Wheel of Time. But yes, we are now on to book 7 of our read-along within the Whistler Duo Discord. All right, we're going to set that one right there. Now, of course, I'm going to read a Stephen King book. And I have been wanting to read this particular book for years. Mainly because there's an adaptation that I've heard is absolutely amazing. It's got a cover that I absolutely love. And it's set in Castle Rock. And if that hasn't given it away yet, it's the last Castle Rock story, Needful Things by Stephen King. Let's show you that. I mean, I just love this cover. It's a big old thickum. But, I mean, I finished The Dark Tower last month. So it is what it is. But, yes, so we've got this one to read. I'm going to probably be reading a Stephen King book every month. Just to kind of work through his backlog and his breadth of work. I'm very excited to continue my journey with Stephen King. I am then going to be picking up another David Gemmell book because I loved Midnight Falcon. So good. And so I figured I would do one of his standalones that I got in hardcover. And this is Darkmoon. I mean, just look at that back cover. Look at that eye. It is just so catching, so breathtaking. And it's a shorter read, and so I'm just excited to get this one underneath my belt. And then I was sent a review copy of Grim Hunt, Book 2, Binding of Souls by Ryan G. Beatty, which I loved Crown of Madness. So the author himself told me that Binding of Souls is 1,000 times better. And man, I mean, look at this cover. It is engaging. It is beautiful. And I am just excited to return and follow some Hexblades. I almost said Witchblades. That would have been incorrect. I then got a review copy from Andrew D. Meredith, Book 1 of the Catalayan Cycle, Bonds of Promise. Now, I've been told that this is more part 1 of Book 1. Basically, there are 3 parts out so far, and basically they form one cohesive story. I kind of like this cute little mass market paperback version of it. He has shown me some alternative covers, but man, I do enjoy this set. It's nice, it's small, it's a skinny book, which means hopefully it is a quick read. Then, I have been meaning to read more L.L. McRae, or in this case, I should say L.L. McNeil, even though she now goes by L.L. McRae. This is book 2 in the world of Lunaria, Palome. And I met Palome in the first book, Maroda. He is a returning character. And guys, like, I just love these series. I actually sent away from her website where she will ship you signed and personalized copies of her books. I cannot wait to get into this, because after I read this, I am hoping to have L.L. McRae here on the channel for an author interview. And then finally, one of my favorite books of this year, I was sent a review copy for the sequel by J.C.M. Byrne. This is The Return of the Griffin, and we have got Rowan here in peak form here on the cover. I am so excited for this. Wistful Ascending was a fantastic read. If you love space operas, if you love superheroes, if you love sci-fi, do yourself a favor and check out my review of Wistful Ascending, which I will have linked up in the cards. It is such a great read. Everybody I know who has read Wistful Ascending has enjoyed it immensely. So guys, I am so excited here for Return of the Griffin. Alright, and of course I've got a last minute editing cut in because I forgot to include Memories of Blood and Shadow by Aaron S. Jones. This is a book I have been super excited about ever since I heard about it from my friend Kayla over at Kay's Hidden Shelf. She absolutely loves this book and recommended it very highly. And so I received a review copy from the author, and I cannot wait to dig into this because it just sounds amazing. That said, guys, that is my MBR for September. It is going to be a heavy reading month. I hope to read all these, but if I don't, again, that's the purpose of the MBR. I don't have to. I get a little bit of breathing room. If something's not working for me, I can put it down and reach for something else. That said, guys, that is all I have got here for you. So, till next time, peace out, stay magical, bye. And as always, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons.